So here's the thing, we are always talking about, topics that are affecting us during Wellness Wednesday. And I think for the better part of the show, we focused on mental things, How are you focusing on your mental health? And we could be talking about mental health the whole time, and you're struggling with your physical health. And for you to just to have this overall wellness, it has to be both spiritual, mental, and physical.
Absolutely.
And today we're going to be focusing on the physical with a very healthy smoothie, okay? This is what we do, okay? This is what Kahomi does.
Yes,
She's the one going to the gym, okay? So we're going to be making a healthy, affordable breakfast smoothie that will just energize you and everything, okay? Before tuanze, tafadhali osha mikono. Ulikuja late, okay?
Of course. Well,
that's number one, okay?
All right, I'm going to wash my hands really quickly.
Cleanliness is next to godliness. And while she's washing her hands, I'm going to need you guys to tell me what are the healthy things you do. Like, what are the healthy things you eat? And when you talk about health, I think sometimes you get daunted because you're thinking if it has to be healthy, it has to be tasteless. It has to be disgusting. It has to be kale chips. Is that even a thing?
Kale chips
People
are
a thing
spinach. No one should be eating them.
Exactly. But here's a fun, healthy, tasty snack that you could try on.
Absolutely.
So you're going to plug that in first of all.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yes.
Of course, power has to be the most important thing. And by the way, oftentimes people are always like wondering why and where to get a blender. Blenders are super affordable these days. You can get one as cheap as like 500 bob, I think. As long as you maintain it, as long as you use the correct instructions. Haita shomeka.
Exactly.
Because that's usually the problem.
And I even posted something earlier today, and I asked, wewe kwako uko na blender ama unakula matunda kama nyani? Full fruits, a whole mango.
Okay.
You can serve that inside there.
So we're going to start with a very simple recipe. Pineapples are pretty much as amazing as anything. They are hydrating. They have a bit of sugar, which is good for you. And of course, most importantly, pineapples are really good for your blood in general, right?
We are a big family.
All right, we apologize.
We have big appetites.
We apologize.
We have a zest for food.
So basically, you can add this particular fruit, pineapples, or instead of using pineapples, you can still add something like watermelon. Same concept. It's just a lot of water, a lot of sugar. And ladies, we know the rumor. You know the rumor.
Yeah, I even wanted to ask, New Kweli,
the rumor.
Is it true that when you consume pineapples, it makes it easier for your partner to go down to Jerusalem?
It is a very interesting rumor. What we can say is, as much as we keep talking about pineapples and all of these things helping with being aphrodisiacs and all of that, if you think about it, it's really about the water content in them. Whenever you allowing your body to have good water, good antioxidants, all of that, it helps with your general health, including the health of your lady down south, okay? So yes, absolutely, try watermelon. Have you tried it and it worked for you?
I actually think it's actually a true concept because what we eat, it'll show down there, okay? For example, you went on a date night, you had steak, barbecue, and beer and everything. It would be very cruel for you as a woman to expect that man to out here be doing the most when you know damn well how it is down there. Okay?
Or you've had cheese the whole week.
Cheese all week.
And you're expecting for it to be nice and fragrant. And so most importantly, a good savior, or if you really like to have your smoothie as juicy and as cold as possible, you can very easily freeze your bananas. So chop them up, put them in a bag or even a container, drizzle it with a little bit of lemon so it doesn't blacken, and it can stay in the freezer for close to a week, sometimes 2 weeks, depending on how good your freezer is.
And I've also noticed that sometimes when you put in actual ice cubes, it waters down the quality of your smoothie. So freeze your fruits.
Freeze your fruits. You can keep them in the freezer for as long as you want. You can always make sure you label them so that you fast in, fast out. See, you need a whole concept. Also, instead of using yogurt, in case you do not have the ability to purchase yogurt, you can very easily still use water. You can add things like chia seeds, which are pretty much dirt cheap, and they will still make it nice, and the consistency will be very, very smooth, easy, and that nice smoothie consistency that you want, it's easy to be done. So you can use either yogurt or you can use milk. In this case, we'll combine them. The yogurt, of course, for that thickness that we're talking about. Milk at your discretion. As I said, the better it's always better to have it cold. The colder it is, the better. And in some cases, you can still add ice cubes in here just to give it that cold.
And also, we are making a healthy option, you know, a healthy smoothie. But at the same time, these things, maybe they're too healthy. Because I also had, you know, a person tell me, if I'm taking this all the time, you could also add some yogurt for the color.
Do we just blend it first before we overload it?
Yeah. So somebody was telling me, yes, it is a very healthy option. But if I'm going to be consuming this every day, will it not aid me in losing weight? Because some people view it as a means to gain weight. You know, it's sugar, it's milk, it's protein, it's everything. If I'm taking this all the time, will I not gain weight?
Everything, you can literally gain weight from eating anything in general. It's all about portions. So make sure that you're having as, you know, 250 ml to 1 liter a day is okay. Might as well switch up the pineapples for something like blueberries. They are amazing for antioxidants and they are really low in calorie. You can always trade in healthier fruits, fruits that have very little calorie count and still mix it up. In your case, you were saying you can throw in some kales.
Spinach.
You can add to spinaches in here. You can add moringa. As in, there's so many options you can add in the same cup. Shake or smoothie in order for you to feel healthier and to be able to reduce your calorie count.
I think as Africans, we are all suffering from portion control. Because how can you fall asleep when you know you have yogurt in your fridge? It's just lying there. How can you create something this good and just have a small glass and then leave it and then consume it again in the morning? No, I will not get sleep.
Impossible.
I'll think of it the whole time. So let's get to blending.
Oh, and as we said, instead of using milk, you can still use water, you can still use ice cubes, you can still use stuff that isn't as high in calorie count in order for you to do that. And something else which is very important for people who are trying to gain muscle, you can add whey. Dry whey, just 1 scoop of whey should be good. You can add other good things like creatine. You know, when you start to become a health nut, you will know all these things. So right about now, let's pulse, right? Come nice and smooth. Don't forget your blender. If it starts to smell funny, you're supposed to only run it for what, 30 seconds?
A few seconds and then you stop and then you go again. And I'm also saying blending in the morning is actually a good way to avoid arguments, okay? The minute your partner starts asking you, why are there deliveries coming in and out of this house?
Sorry, babe. Huh?
Did you say something? I can't hear you.
Yeah, so I think this is as good as it will get. Now, at this point, we can add the rest of the milk in, or we can add, because it looks very thick, we can add the rest of the milk in, and of course the yogurt, because it will be easier to combine, right?
Do we have a spoon?
We have as close to a spoon as we can get.
Yes. If we were not on air, I'd be there with my fingers.
Imagine.
Okay?
We know.
That's how we consume our yogurt.
We would be over here fighting for it.
I have no shame.
And then I think we can add the rest of the milk in as well. Just make sure we don't overdo. The milk is actually pretty cold, and so is the
yogurt.
Yes, so it should be nice and smooth. And just like that, the color is changing. Ooh.
Pause.
Okay.
Now we continue.
And I think
vizuri sana
for the most part, unadhani ngozi inatoka, hey.
We are thriving.
We're doing very well. We're doing very, very well. It would be very unwise for me to advise you to do this, but for people who are sweet teeth, you can add honey, you can add things like agave, you can add actual sugar. Sugar syrup ikwangi kitu complicated. It's basically just equal parts water with equal parts sugar alafu nakoroga.
It's been stirred over heat.
Inakuwa tu exactly what you want it to be. I hope I turned this the wrong way, and then it all pours, and we're all very sad. So,
and you, the viewer, if you're looking at our kitchen and you've noticed the way our chopping board looks, please, this is a true kitchen, okay? It's not for props
It's
only.
really not.
It's a real kitchen. Real things happen here, okay?
Absolutely.
Don't judge our chopping board.
why are you announcing our problems? Anyway, so I think in this particular case, we said about 300 ml should be fine. Turi, here you go.
Thank you.
And then mine. And of course, our cameraman shall be able to enjoy some a little bit later. So another important thing maybe to mention would be that it's important for you to notice that you can still use this instead of using milk for your cereal. You can still have this and add a little bit of cereal.
Yeah.
Whatever your preference is.
Yeah.
It should really also help with like making it taste really nice.
And also, if you don't want to have a very heavy dinner, especially because we're trying to lose weight, you're trying to cut weight. So the goal is not to eat like it's a buffet and you're going to sleep, okay? That food is going nowhere. It's of no use to you. So a substitute is this, okay?
Yes.
Just make a cup, have it, it's filling, it's satisfactory. You won't have to go back for more. Okay, I'm lying. You might go back for more, but it's a good substitute for a heavy dinner.
Absolutely, and also it's super nutritious. And it's yummy. It's all the sugar you need. Usiende kuanza kulamba lamba sukari usiku. Just make yourself a nice smoothie and you're good to go.
And I'm